welcome to day 15 of Litmas. And we are going to be participating in the Ho 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 Writer Tag. No, we are not talking about our romantic endeavors. That would be weird, says the person who talks about it on live stream sometimes. All right, anyway. So there are 10 questions in this tag. Let's get into it. Question number 1, Santa Claus. If you could ask Santa for one thing off of your author bucket list, what would you ask for and why? A book deal. Santa, thank you. I would like his Hisfakak to be traditionally published and make lots and lots of money that goes to me, and then I don't have any financial burdens anymore. Thank you, Santa. I still believe in you, just for the record, as long as you're not actually Tim Allen, because then we're gonna have words. I know this year I said I was gonna be querying his Hisfakak, but I got stalled in all the editing process of everything. I'm still gonna try and at least write my query letter for it this year, but if anyone watching out there is an agent and just is like, you know what, I want this person and I'm gonna sell her book and get her lots of money, contact me. Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Ko-fi, any of those. I'm around. Question number 2, the ghosts of Christmas past. What's one piece of advice you wish your past self knew about writing, and what advice would you give to fellow aspiring writers? I wish I knew more about it, because I think a lot of people think you just sit down, you write the book, and that's it. There's so much more to it. I wish I knew more about traditionally publishing so that I would have attempted to give Search for the Phoenix the shot it deserved instead of just immediately going to self-publishing. Not to say that self-publishing is like lesser than traditional publishing. It's just I never tried. I wish I had known the process of publishing, and so that I could have attempted, as I think I would have liked to attempt. Even if I ended up self-publishing it anyway, I think I would have liked to have given myself those options. But as for advice to aspiring writers, I would say that don't show everyone your work immediately. Nothing kills a spark like spreading it out too far, okay? There's a lot of people who start writing a book and then they just get so excited about it they have to tell everybody they know about it, and that somehow kills the creativity behind it. It just kills it. So hold it close to you and make sure that it's a book for you first and foremost. Don't write for the masses, write for you, because if nothing does happen with the book, if you self-publish or traditionally publish but nobody ends up reading it, it's still yours. So it has to be something that you want to see in the world, not something that you think is just going to be a cash grab, which granted, you know, some people gotta write stuff, but all those people, I guarantee they like their own stuff too. Question number 3, Elves. What resource has been the most helpful to you or most invaluable to your writing process? I'm gonna say live streams. I'm gonna say it. Live streams have been invaluable to me. They keep me going. I like a little healthy competition, so everybody who's joined me on live streams or has been in the chat for them, you've all really helped me continue, because without it, I feel like I wouldn't find myself as motivated, because I do like, not instant feedback, but I like encouragement, and I like doing something that is a solo hobby, but doing that with other people. There's something about being productive together, even if we're all doing our own little things, that just makes it more motivating to me. Even like other tasks in my life, like when I have to clean or something, I like having people around, or I'll call Fee or something and I'll just be like doing my own stuff, and just the fact that she's there on the other end of the line makes me more productive. It's weird, but that's it. Question number 4, gingerbread cookies. What's your favorite holiday treat? What's your current MC's favorite holiday treat? Well, my favorite that I can no longer really eat is French silk pie. That's my favorite little thing, but I do love I love Christmas cookies, and I love making them, even though usually by the end of the night I'm delirious on a sugar high and crashing. But I do really like making sugar cookies a lot, and Christmas cookies, and icing them and stuff with my mum. Like, favorite treat in general is usually a pie, because I like pie. My dog's name is Pie, but it's not that pie. I just like saying the word pie as well. My current MCs, so there are 4 of them. So I'm currently working on the sequel to Hisfakak, which is Hisobo, at the Horticultural Solarium of Botanical Oddities. So I have 4 main characters there. We have Talia, Damon, Pythias, and Tatum. I think Talia's favorite holiday treat is going to be, I think Talia would like fudge. Talia's favorite thing is fudge. Yes. Homemade fudge that Melpomene probably makes for them. Yes. I think Damon just likes a good cup of hot chocolate. Because Damon's a homebody. He's not as agoraphobic as Calliope is in the first book, but definitely they prefer to stay home with like a good cup of hot cocoa with marshmallows on it. I think that's a Damon treat. Pythias, on the other hand, I think goes full out. I think they love, you ever seen a Yule log? You know those? That's Pythias's. Pythias wants the full works on their Yule log, wants it pretty and Instagrammable and just gorgeous and delicious. That is Pythias's. Tatum, on the other hand, I think Tatum does love gingerbread cookies the most. I feel like she and her grandmother would have been making those together and infused with a little bit of witchiness. And they're little special gingerbread cookies, but I do think that is a Tatum treat. Question number 5, holiday traditions. What is your favorite holiday tradition? What fictional character would you share that with? My family, we change up our holiday traditions all the time. We used to do the Wheel of Presents, where it was a trivia game, and if you answered correctly, you got to open a present. So that was one of my favorite ones. We also do play dice game now, which is similar to White Elephant, but better in the fact that there is just a massive pile of random presents that could be good or bad, and you roll dice to get them and steal from other people until all the presents are gone, and then everybody opens them up and sees what terrible things they get. I remember playing this with my extended family in Minnesota, and my aunt is very good at manipulation, and we had everybody passing around, unbeknownst to them, a tube of hemorrhoid ointment, which I won. So, fun times. But that kind of stuff, I just love playing games with my family. Like, we like board games and stuff a lot, so those kinds of things. But the Wheel of Presents was really, really fun growing up as well. So, that's one of our traditions. What fictional character, now, hold on, okay, what fictional character I would share that with? Now, I'm assuming this is about my own characters, and so really I think the entire cast of Ashport would have a ronking, I was saying a ruckus and romping in my brain, but they would have a romping good time with the dice game. I think they would go absolutely nuts manipulating each other and stealing things, and I think the game would go on forever with them. The entire cast would just have a great time. Now with Hisfakak, I do think that Talia would probably be the most fun to play with because she's a little short-tempered but still likes to have a lot of fun. So even just all the Lambros sisters I think would be really fun to have the dice game with. I think they would be really competitive with each other. And, you know, throw Harriet in the mix there. Just have Bigfoot playing with you. Hell yeah. Take it back. I take it back. I just want Harriet to play with us. Harriet the Bigfoot. That's all I want. Question 6, Star of Bethlehem. What started your journey to write your first book? Has the journey turned out like you imagined? Where would you like to see it go in the future? We're going to talk about the first book that I've published because I've written a lot of other books that I just write because I write. Ashport started because I had come back to America and I didn't feel like I was fitting in here after living in Japan for so long. And I had this kind of reverse culture shock in being back, and I kind of poured that into Levin's character of her own shock and coming back and dealing with a more fantastical world than she had left. And while I definitely didn't run into a bunch of demons and vampires and stuff, I kind of poured that energy into how I was feeling at the time coming back and just feeling lost and not having the friends that I did when I lived here, or they had changed so much. There's a lot of allegories to how I was feeling at the time in coming back from Japan, especially because it was a loss of life that brought me home. And that year that I spent here before going back again was topsy-turvy time. Has the journey turned out to how you imagined? Definitely not. For one, I imagined 5 books instead of 4, but I toned myself down. Journey itself with Ashport also turned out very differently than the original plan, but that's fine. The characters do what the hell they want. Where I want to see it go in the future is I would like to make writing a full-time job. I would like to get traditionally published and have an agent and just have book deals and things. And I don't fully know the world of being a full-time author, but I definitely would like that. I think that's a suitable job for me. Question number 7, The Night Before Christmas. What's your favorite book to read during the holidays? I don't like go back and read a lot of books at the moment because if you don't know, and if you're new here, these are all the books that I own and haven't read yet. All of these. There's more. They're off camera. There's some in the closet. If I did have a holiday read, I would pick, I don't know. I mean, Red, White, and Royal Blue, probably, but they're not really a holiday book. That's the book I reread the most often, probably, between all the books here. It's definitely the one I go back to when I need a little pick-me-up. I go back to Red, White, and Royal Blue. Maybe House on the Cerulean Sea, because that is a really good feel-good found family situation, and I feel like that gives very holiday vibes, even though it's not set during the holidays at all. But maybe House on the Cerulean Sea might be my new holiday read if I were to reread books right now, which I don't because I feel very guilty. Question number 8, Christmas parties. What's your best advice for juggling writing with the busy holiday season? Well, considering I quit NaNoWriMo because I was so busy this holiday season, I don't think I'm the best person to ask for this. However, don't feel guilty for quitting NaNoWriMo, I tell myself, even though I've never quit one in my entire time except for this year. And I'm feeling fine about it. I would just suggest planning out your time well. You know, give yourself some dedicated writing time if you can, but don't pressure yourself to write when you have other things that need to get done. I do think sometimes writers put a lot of pressure on themselves to write when they can't, and that ends up being fruitless writing anyway. It ends up being writing that you delete or you're just not happy with and you have to redo it anyway. So write when you're ready. Question number 9, Polar Express. I've never actually seen it. What writing rituals do you use to transport yourself into the world of your book / mindset of your characters? Playlists. I have a vibe playlist depending on the book. I have one for Ashport. I have one for Hispakak. I need to update it for Hisobo, but music is everything for me. It has to be an instrumental music for the most part, and they give me the vibes that I need. I also usually light some woodwick candles because I like the crackly, and I sometimes put on ambient sounds. So usually it'll be like a light rainfall with a fireplace or something with some light thunder in the background. I'll find those, and that puts me in writing mood. It's all auditory for me. I need those good sounds, and then I can focus and do the typety types. And finally, question number 10, Sugar and Spice and Everything Nice. And Chemical X. Give a shout out to someone who has been instrumental in your writing journey or someone who has really helped you along the way. Well, I already talked about Fee. Fee is instrumental every way because she just is always there for me to call her at inappropriate times so that we can chat and do stuff together. Hala as well from Halo Moon Studios has been everything. She's been a great beta reader. We do this, you know, I read for her. It's just one of the best friendships I've ever had in my life is with Hala. Like, so many people on AuthorTube have just been absolutely fantastic, but I do think I spend the most time talking with Fee and Hala. So if you're not, you know, Fee or Hala, don't feel bad. We talk a lot, okay? They're probably like my 2 bestest friends in the world right now. And it's sad that none of us live near each other. I have several other people that have helped me with my writing journey. It's just that Fee and Hala tend to be like the rock of my foundation of writing buddies. And there are many, many more of you who are fantastic and wonderful. But if I start naming all the names, I'm gonna accidentally forget somebody and then I don't wanna offend them. But I mean, you've all seen my live streams. Who are my 2 guests usually? It's Fee and Hala. So at least I don't think I can get in too much trouble with that because it's usually them. But there are many, many more of you. So thank you so much for supporting me all the time and just being awesome. And I hope all of you write amazing books that I get to hold in my hand and show on the screen someday, because I'm very excited to do that for many of you because you all have fantastic ideas and I need them now. Alright, well, that was the Ho 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 Writer tag. Let me know in the comments what you think to these answers. If you're not going to do the video yourself, feel free to. I definitely would love to see other people do this. Like, I mean, holla. I think this is a tag that you should do. You could probably do yourself. I would love to see more people do them. I think Sky, Rusty Haggis, you could do this one. And Nikki, you could probably, Nikki from Nicole Swanson, you could do this one. Maggie Ward, Maggie, you can do this. It didn't say to tag anybody, but I just want you guys to know that you should do a video and then send it to me so I can watch it. Cool. Please your questions and comments down below or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter, and check me out on Ko-fi. You want to support me as a content creator, I super duper appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow, cuties. Bye! I wish more than anything, more than life. Sorry. You can't ask me to wish for something and not break out into the woods. Money comes with what you love kind of stuff. Sometimes. Not really. That's terrible advice. Don't listen to me. Cool. My knees, I don't know if you guys heard that. My knees just like cracked like crazy.